My 2025 goals did not go to plan. Looking back, I realized that I did not have systems, I did not have a plan, I didn't even have specific goals or a reason as to why I wanted to achieve these goals. I cannot have another year like this, so here is my 2026 plan. This year, I'm reflecting on 2025. I'm gonna set my goals properly with a plan and use systems to hold myself accountable.
I think we have 6 or 7 days left till 2026, and I feel like it's such a good time to lock in so that by the time 2026 comes around, I'm halfway through a challenge or halfway through my goals, opposed to starting on January 1st. One of my goals is to walk every single morning. So I woke up today and it's my day off, and I saw Mahalia getting ready for the gym, and I was like, girl, please take me to the gym with you. So I'm going to the gym. I just woke up and yeah, really got to clean my room today. I'll show you guys how I'm planning my 2026 goals later. I finished my workout, I trained my legs, and now I'm on the ground doing core. It is one of my goals for the next year to complete my workouts. I feel like I like to lift weights and I like to do cardio, but I'm inconsistent with cardio and inconsistent with core. I feel like if I just did like finisher every time I exercised, I would be much happier with my progress and my core would be more strong. So I'm adding weights to my core exercises because I think it's challenging me a little bit more. Maybe it's like too easy for me. I'm having a protein smoothie. It has mango, dates, protein, milk, and that's it. It's actually diabolical. All I can taste is powder. I really wanted to get a protein shake in today because if I'm lifting weights and I'm not hitting my protein goals, what is this for? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying 2026 is about to be our year. And I'm going to tell you how I think that I am going to achieve these goals that I always set every single year, but it's actually going to work this time. Okay, actually going to work this time. I really wanted to talk about in this vlog how I'm going to achieve my New Year's goals and how I'm going about it, because the first vlog of this year that I posted was literally like my 2025 goals, what I want to achieve, blah, blah. I realized these goals were so vague. I never ever revisited it. I never did a Q2 goals. I never did a Q3 goals. I just went through the motions of life and let the wave of life take me by the ass and drag me through it. And I'm not having that this year. I'm not having it. I will not allow it. Okay, and you shouldn't allow it either. I'm really starting to understand that if you want to achieve something, you have to meet yourself where you are. So you can like want these things, you can be delusional, but you also have to remember where you are, like know where you are and your circumstances are now. And I find that so interesting. And I feel like that's been really interesting for me, thinking about like, because you expect these huge goals from yourself, but then you forget where you are. If I was a doctor and I had to diagnose myself and I was like, okay, this person's come in and she does this, this, and this, and this, and these are her goals. Okay, how can we get there slowly? And that is what I'm trying to incorporate this next year. I'm trying to meet myself where I'm at and not set the bar extremely, extremely high for myself. Really actually want to change myself as a person and the type of person that I am and the type of things that I do. 2026 for me is all about myself. Well, and when I say myself, that sounds really inconsiderate. It sounds like, oh my gosh, you just want to focus on yourself this year. But the reason why I say this is because if you pour like love into yourself, then love like just multiplies. The capacity that you have for other people, for your job, for anything is dependent on how much love you give yourself. So I'm like, Marissa, what do you want? How much food do you need? How many times should we exercise a week? What is your burning desire? What do we need to get done for you? And I am positive that I am going to be a nicer person in the process. Sometimes I prioritize work goals over my personal goals, but I want it to be able to focus on myself and have lots of energy and life force to work on the business. I actually have them all written down. I've started to create systems which can make it easier for me to actually do. And guys, doing business actually helped me so much because I learned things in business. Like for example, all the staff will fall to my systems. I will constantly fall to my systems. So the systems always need to be developed and refined because you change as a person your systems need to change, etc. So instead of just writing my goals, writing them again, writing them in a different format, putting them on Notion, then putting on my thing, and putting on my board. Of course, it's awesome to have like your goals everywhere, so you have a reminder. But the system, you have to have one system. Because for example, if I'm like, I want a habit tracker on the wall, and then I also want a habit tracker on my phone. So which one are you going to commit to? You know, you have to like commit to one system. The first thing that I did was do a review for 2025. So from the January to December, I wrote down everything I did in each month. I went through my camera roll, looked at my photos, looked at what I posted on Instagram, looked at all the things that I did, and I was like, holy shit, all I did was work this year. First thing I did was write down the first quarter of the year, which is January, February, March. So if you don't know that already, I'm not even looking at the rest of the year. All I'm looking at is the first 3 months. And the reasoning behind it is that a lot of people do these things called like sprints, 12-week sprints. And instead of imagining your goals and the things that you have to achieve are in like 1 year, you look at it in like increments. Treat the first 3 months like it's 12 months, except it's 12 weeks. So you treat like every week like a whole month. It's this thing that people do, okay? I'm just the messenger. The next thing I did actually was just write down the 4 categories of my personal goals. And these are the borough, which is work, finances, health, and YouTube. So these are my goals. So I put them down. I wrote them down, and then I wrote what are the aspects of these things that I'm going to be working on. So for example, if it's finances, okay, saving targets, okay, tracking my spending. I wrote, okay, how are we going to ensure that I hit my quarterly goals, my weekly goals? I love Google Calendar, like these Notion, Google Calendar, and physical paper is like. And then I did something which I thought was so interesting. I saw this girl on YouTube talk about it. She's like, you've tried to do these things before. What holds you back? What's the resistance? What stops you from achieving these things? What are the feelings? What are the thoughts? And I was like, wow, that is so freaking next level, so cool, so true. So with all these themes and all these things that I want to achieve, I wrote down the things that I usually, the resistance that I encounter. What am I going to do to counteract that? What are my thought processes to rise above those negative thoughts or limiting thoughts? How do I rise above that? You know, like I'm just coming up with these ideas to reduce the resistance and reduce the limiting beliefs, because I'm like, oh, I've thought about this before. I thought about I'm going to have this limiting belief. What was my counteract? What was my thought process? And I did these with all my goals and themes. And honestly, it felt so helpful. I'm feeling so good about this. As I'm rolling into 2026, I just like have already built up the momentum and the habits, and I will just continue them. So that is my thought process on that. By the way, guys, I did my own nails. I had like this cream color on there, and it was absolutely doing my head in, and I thought black is like bad. So I painted them. It took me hours and hours, and they're honestly not perfect, but I feel like they're so sexy. I wanted to give you guys a haul. I did go shopping today, but I had a lot of cash, and I was like, if I spend this cash, it's free. You guys know the deal. So something I want to do. Ooh, I am trying to become my best self. And I know that doesn't come with like buying things, but I bought some things. One of the things that I want to do is start to use La Roche-Posay again. When I use La Roche-Posay, the most compliments, the most stunning soft skin ever. Now I get so many breakouts. I need to go back to my tried and true La Roche-Posay. And the reason why I fell off it is because it was so expensive. And you know what? I buy some stupid shit. So I need to like shut the fuck up about this skincare that makes my face gorgeous. It's so expensive. Like literally shut the fuck up about that. I'm going to take you through my whole routine. I used to do this constantly. For cleanser, I use this Effaclar Micro Peeling Imperfection Series. This is really my tried and true. I love this shit. After I do my cleanser, I use this spring water. This is literally magic water from France that they found in a river. This man had burns on him. He went into this water and all the burns healed. And this is the water that they use in the Roche-Posay spring water. If you didn't know, get to know. How cool is that? So it's actually running out. I need to buy some more. Then I go in with vitamin C, pure vitamin C. Sorry, I keep looking back at it because I'm like, does that say vitamin C or C12? What does that mean? Is that different? Wait like 2 to 3 weeks, my skin is going to be like, not even the day that I use this tomorrow morning, my skin is like glowing. Vitamin C shit is so freaking good. I can't even. It's expensive. It's like $55 on sale. It's usually like $75. $75, what else is that? Like this lasts me like a month. So I did buy one. I'm so excited. I haven't used it in years, but it is my tried and true, and I'm so glad to be back with La Roche-Posay. Next I have, they actually like commented on one of my TikToks. Amazing. It was like such a moment. Got this moisturizer. Honestly, nothing special. I just remember really liking it. Effaclar K+. Okay. Just moisturizer to go after the serum. And then, of course, sunscreen. Your girl has not been wearing sunscreen. And I don't want wrinkles. And I don't want to get sunburnt. And I don't want melanoma. So, sunscreen. Then, I got, actually, because every 6 months, I used to whiten my teeth. And then I haven't done it in, honestly, maybe a year and a half. Like 2 years, I haven't whitened my teeth. So, if you want to know how to whiten your teeth in 10 days, it's this bad boy, okay? Hey guys, it's the next day and I really wanted to show you this app that I literally just started using yesterday. It's called Cove and basically it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember Be Real. It's kind of like Be Real, but it's made so that you can track your goals. And basically this girl on YouTube, Lena Lifts, she uses it to track all her like meals and to make sure she goes to the gym every day. You literally just like take a picture. So I'm using it to like be consistent, but without having to be perfect and without having to like share it to everyone, you know what I mean? Anyways, my photo's still uploading, but I'm eating breakfast. I just made eggs, chicken, a little bit of rice, some sour cream, a bit of cucumber because your girl needs to eat a vegetable once in a while. I just wanted to show you my Notion to show you what I've been doing. So basically, I'm putting it into here, my goal, my plan, my system, and what happens when things go wrong and how to avoid not reaching my goals. I love Notion for work. I use it to do like my stock take and create all my systems. So I thought it would be such a good idea to make my systems for my 2026 goals. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Still my plan for your 2026 goals. One of my goals is really to post on YouTube a lot. So I really want to update you guys on what I'm doing and like updating you throughout the whole year of how I'm going with all my goals. So that should be fun. Something I forgot to mention was that one of my main goals that I need to complete in the first 2 months is getting my license. My rego, everything is due for the car that I own in January. So I have to pay all this shit. I don't even have my fucking license. But I have a whole month to get prepared for it. So stay tuned for that. That is also something actually I've been vlogging about for the whole year, like me crying constantly after I fail another test. But it is my 2026 goal. I am extremely persistent. Story of the century. I fucking failed my test 5 times. I'm gonna fucking pass on the 6th. Anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or comments about this video, leave them down below. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at replying to comments, but it is my goal to get better because I really want to hear from you guys and see what you think and drop your goal that is going to happen in 2026. Drop it in the comments. It's still 2025, so you still have time to think about your goals, think about how you're going to achieve them. It's like the best time to harness this energy of something ending and something beginning. The end of something is like the beginning of something else. So harness this energy. Don't you feel the energy in the air? We've got this. We got it in the bag. Stay tuned for my vlog in the next couple of days when I give you guys more updates. I'm working back to front up until New Year's Eve. So maybe I'll be making a work vlog. Comment down below, work vlog. Bye guys. Merry Christmas.